Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges, and provide recommendations. Join Mohammed Basir Sanusi EM. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.
Yes, Fambu, welcome back. If you just join me, this is Youth Encounter. It comes to you live on Star TV, Channel 21. And we create talk for talent services. You know, go blow your nose, and at the same time, you want for whistle. Every year, November 1, now the Africa Youth Day. And Salon said we don't join other Africa countries them for celebrate the day. And the theme for this year, we don't say Africa Youth for Demographic Dividend. Be the future today. Let we watch waiting the Minister of Youth, Biteri Bayan Ubangura, and when we come back, we will analyze his speech and take him forward from there.
As you are aware, every year 1st November is observed as the African Youth Day. The day was adopted and declared by the African heads of state at the African Union Summit in Banjul, the Gambia in July 2006. This declaration was preceded by the adoption of the African Youth Charter, which clearly defines the rights and duties of youth, as well as the responsibility of the state towards youth empowerment. The theme for this year's celebration is Africa's Youth for the Demographic Dividend. Be the future today. This day is dedicated to giving special recognition to the significant contribution of our youth towards national development, and to the same time, young people will have an opportunity to share their concerns and aspirations to government and other stakeholders. Policymakers will use this platform to dialogue and interface with the young people on issues that border on their development point. The Africa theme is in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, the Addis Ababa Declaration 2016, and most importantly, the theme is articulated in President Kuma's Agenda for Prosperity 2012, which states that the key vision for Sierra Leone is not only to achieve middle-income economic status based on statistical measurement of GDP and GNI, but to ensure that the middle-income economic status is felt by all Sierra Leoneans. This means ensuring that Sierra Leone youth have access to quality education and skills training, healthcare, financial services, and employment opportunities. This suggests that this nation cannot forge ahead if the youth are left behind. Young people should be leading this nation if we are to foster socio-economic development. Apart from the youth, the energies and talents in the youth are very crucial in driving the nation forward. Of course, history has taught us that in the 11 Years' War, young people were the greatest prosecutors of violence as well as victims, and the lessons serve as blueprint in justifying the dividend or gains that the nation will make when these young people are productively engaged and empowered to be self-reliant. Experience also shows that during the Ebola virus outbreak in 2014 and 2015, young people played a leading role in the eradication. Many serve as contact tracers, burial teams, case management nurses, and gate screening. Indeed, we realize that young people are assets and they have a lot to contribute to the development of this nation. Today, there are a good number of young people with special talent, including ICT, entrepreneurship, weaving, ceramics, and carving, and the music industry. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in recognizing the young budge and its impact on development, HE the President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, established both the National Youth Commission and the Youth Ministry to accelerate youth development in the nation, and since then, a lot have been accomplished. We have revised the National Youth Policy of 2003. We have facilitated the ratification of the African Youth Charter by the House of Parliament. We have developed a strategic plan called the Blueprint for Youth Development. We have established the National Youth Service to give opportunities to graduates for national service. We have established the National Youth Empowerment Fund. Through the National Youth Commission, the Obasanjo Skills Acquisition Center has graduated more than 2,000 youths who are trained in various skills. We have kick-started the construction of the National Youth Village in Koinadugu and Mile 91. Youth in Fisheries Project has benefited more than 1,600 youth. We have created livelihood programs for more than 2,600 youth through Youth in Drainage program. Through the National Youth Commission supported by UNDP, we have sustained the graduate internship program and career advisory and placement programs, etc., etc. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to join other African countries in achieving demographic dividend, education and training stand to be a key component in driving transformation process. We all know that the greatest factor for massive youth unemployment is the lack of skills that are valuable to our local market. Our government has done a lot of engagement in the educational institutions for the review of the curriculum in order to match the job market. Besides, the Professor Bamaja Commission reviewed the then educational system. Thus, there are now strict adherence to public examination, particularly in secondary school and tertiary institutions. Inclusion of young people in governance with respect for their human rights and dignity, rule of law and justice play a leading role in achieving the demographic dividend. Today, all of us here will agree with me that the inclusion of young people as councillors, parliamentarians and heads of many government departments across the country shows clearly that the 10% youth inclusion recommended by the TRC for youth inclusion in governance is overstepped. Currently, we are in the process of legislating the National Youth Council to give better leadership role within our society. Reduction in maternal and infant mortality through the free health care service and the construction of many hospitals with modern facilities, coupled with awareness raising on sexual and reproductive health practice and family planning show clearly that Sierra Leone has taken the lead, like other African countries, in achieving the demographic dividend. Research shows that 66% of young people are in the working age and constitute the labor force. Expanding job opportunities further will reduce the rate of dependency and hence reduction of poverty and articulated in Vision 2063. Expansion in mining companies, industries and improving the capacity of technical and vocational training institutions will go a long way in building the capacity of our youth to contribute meaningfully in national development. Mr. Chairman, Africa Youth for Demographic Dividend, be the future today, as the theme entails, will require us to create more jobs for the rapidly growing labor force. This will include providing adequate labor market information in both the formal and informal settings, as well as youth inclusion as emphasized on leave no one behind, gender equality, and the inclusion of persons with disabilities in our development program is very vital for the achievement of the demographic dividend.
That now the Minister of Youth Affairs, Honorable Bayat Mahmoud Bangura, be the address the public inside the Africa Youth Day. Let's have a talk to we society possible get in the studio. We are a very strong activist, Hassan Fuad Kano. Hassan, Salon don't join other countries them for celebrate. We for celebrate or we for reflect?
At a crucial point like this way within at the crossroads, it's like when you did on the streets and then there's a zebra, you need for like go out, snap it on the zebra and cross, and then motocar them with the pass, all man they blow their own, you know, driver the apprentice them with the ala, with the Golombly or Atalo, you know, and then somebody go walk out in motocar, you have a bigger lift, then somebody go steal one for cross. So within that particular road there's a nation wherein we drive across. Yeah? Okay. We are the people that try to make a cross. one of the things I go on follow say, many a times I can say when it comes to youth business, it's a reflection and celebration. Yeah. The reason why I make a want for say a reflection and celebration, we for be happy now. We don't move from the days them where young people them they know them for complete violence and negativity. Now we get some young people them where like we they able for like a articulate issue, look at things them from a very technical point, and then we contribute to the country, but not to just in Sierra Leone, but also out of Sierra Leone. You know, I remember a couple of years back when I been represent Sierra Leone at the African think tank, when I just reserving in at the whole of Africa. It been difficult for me because I'm not going to become a Sierra Leone, and we look at the man River block. I'm not going to be did. But why is the East Africa they get like two people them? South Africa they get two, North Africa said they got another two. But I'm not going to come out in West Africa. Will be making very very difficult. So we get something that we would need for really celebrate as young people them. Wait for some of we really appreciate. And the reflection point. The reflection point I think where young people and set for reflect. Not with government or neither with political people then. Now with the young people and for reflect for say, who say you want to see your life in next 5 years? Waiting now the policies them where they don't do where you go take advantage of or where you go cry down. You understand? So many a times for me, when we look at them days there so, not to days the way government for take premises over. Now days the way civil society, young people them, activists them for sit down and begin look at for say, now we can put reset boundaries scorecard. Example, when we look at the issue around young people them and the particular day. Remember, a couple of years back, now Gambia, when I was West African nation, now they AU push for say, let me get this tea, you understand? And 2 years down the line, we see how so many things them documented they produce and how West African then they take the change, you understand? And so if we sit down and reflect, first we begin reflect as West Africans, what we do for achieve as young people them. Then we begin reflect as Sierra Leoneans, you understand? And then before we begin to look at any other thing then. But tell you what, we don't really late. We now Africa, we really late for take up on the issue of young people then. Because when we look at between 1980, you understand, up to 2015, the youthful population it moved by 90.8%. You understand? This is what AU tell me. We get over 200 million young people there. But between this particular time, we tell you for say, if we move them up to 2030, where now the year where this SDG they try to achieve, you understand? We they get also 100%. That's the projection. Say the young people are with this, so because most of them don't get a job, because most of them don't know about reproductive health, because most of them they're not able to provide for themselves.
So government gets other 400 million.
So the projection is that we will get either above 400 million or 400 million because the thing that we will put in place not there. So what will they reflect? And let's say they will begin to reflect on. Because tell you what, even moving at the crossroad at an election point like this, would also ever win the next election, they go for the 5 year. And 5 years from now, it means to say they take you to 2022.
Yeah.
Where we still not going to reach a 2030. So even no matter what's in any of them go for tell we right now, it didn't make no difference for which we go by 2030. So now we the young people then now we for sit there and look for say, alright, what we will tell them let them go for achieve in this first 5 years. In the second 5 years, when at the last where we go,
we close to the agenda now.
Yes, what we go for C, you understand? But tell you what, we really get for looking back. So someday when you look at what you say, I don't say they don't achieve. Now nothing for talk home about where you come to the sub-region. When you go to a place like Nigeria, we see how many young people how many young people they graduate every year. You understand? When are medical doctors them? How many young people they graduate every year? When are engineers them? How many entrepreneurs they get when are young people them? And then you go begin to say, they do nothing. And I tell you for say, with all evidence that we don't do nothing. When we talk about cross-border trade, how many young people in Sierra Leone they move around this particular block when are Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone? We could tell you for say, I go Guinea, I go do business, or I go do I go provide a particular service. You understand? Now Liberia, or I go na Guinea, I go help them for help with a particular thing. No, we all have to move away from Africa, not to even Africa.
So Europe and America. As I'll come back to you and kind of what thing will be way forward. Ever since you are from the Minister of Youth Affairs by Mahmoud Bangura. Now, una party na the main opposition's party. Most of the things that we recommend, and the things that we the APC government don't do. 2003, say them revised the national youth policy to a brand new one with the of 2014, and I like the things them we don't do as a government for every youth sector. On you take salon for celebrate or for reflect, and what's the challenge that we get from the speech?
Listen, the speech and all along when you talk, you will see the called figures. You talk about policy where they rebrand and so on. The figures that we always give about youth them non-graduate on this figure about the youth village in establishment about Kabbalah in 91 as you say. You understand what I would say as a responsible party and in the opposition at that when we talk about a celebration, when we talk about a celebration, we can compare we Naya and other countries them. How we celebrate short activities. We see sit down engage speech. We don't know. Don't compare ourselves to the likes of Burkina Faso. Don't compare ourselves to the likes of Ghana. How then actually they watch at this particular day as young people? What then they do? Because when you involve young people into this celebration, as Ghana can do, you see them set up debates. You understand? Wherein young people they come and talk on the issues. Actually, waiting they affect the young people then. You talk about people that don't graduate. When there is form of them debates and you see young people in the debates and watch the on employment rate of a country, you understand? By so doing, you go to exactly say, okay, no, not about how much they graduate. When them people are graduate, actually, they will get job, as the case may be. So, how will they celebrate? The issue not about celebration. The issue about now we look and see actually which the drive will they take. Because you find out say we get targets and set for achieve. If you not actually watch and know who's how don't come out, who's how they, because if you listen to speech now all about from then don't get this policy and from then don't get this village, from then don't get people that graduated. No. Bring the young people and let's have this aspect of like from looking at the issues. You understand? You always get a debate as young people and say, okay, we actually get what you we actually the target and they will get what you want forget at the end of the day. Then we talk about graduation, go out there and see.
So Emerson, as a country, how far we don't go for achieve all the way to want inside the Agenda 2030 or that of the Agenda 2063? Since we Salon adopted the African Youth Charter of 2006 to now, 11 years down the line, as a country, how far we don't go in youth business?
Definitely, the only thing the government will push for right now as who side don't come out to achieving the 2030, they'll tell you about people and don't get graduates and so much. People don't get a village because you listen to the speech. They tell you about village, youth village establishment center and establishment to this. But what thing we say, if we want for target, we want to achieve that target, we get for sit down and see what is the empowerment we give. To God, we know they will get reach to that target, and we know we provide the skills, the talent, and make them empower the youth them for reach to that target as case may be. So if you ask me, how far we don't go, we don't actually start. We are actually serious about achieving this target. Because if you watch, now we compare ourselves with certain youth in some of the African countries. A youth empowerment actually now how best you empower that youth for able to reach to that target. Some of them they tell you about, say this particular here, you get people they graduate with, like how many brothers say they graduate with doctorate degree. You understand, on this, on that, on skills, on engineering and all that stuff. So when you get them people and they are every year graduating with all their skills, then you will know actually say, okay, now then we the able targets, then we are going to work towards the target of what you would set. We don't now what you just doing as a country now for talk about establishment of youth village. Now we talk about policies way not visible. You understand? But actually, if you talk about the youth, then you get for empower. I'll
come back to you, Emerson Kamara from the Ceylon People's Party, the main opposition, and you serve as the Young Generation Secretary General. I come to you, Ali Conte. as you hear from the Minister of Youth Affairs, we happen to be the president and the Youth League where you serve as the Secretary General. As a country, how far we don't go?
Yeah, I think we don't go too far and we don't go turn back because His Excellency the President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma in his statement na National Stadium and Parliament where he talk for the young people, he say the agenda for prosperity is dedicated to the participation of young people and at the same time he ready for late in life for the cause of young people. So I want to appreciate His Excellency the President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma where we don't take this word in systemic word of youth, he decide for Camp Brandam and you see everybody, all youth organizations will be there on children, will be there on women and other issues. All organizations, they reform now, they change, they advocate on youth issues. So I want to appreciate His Excellency the President. That alone is a big step forward. Because before now, when you say youth, now anybody when just any kind, anybody when they think about any serious thing, now society before 2007, youth man, anything when bad, it be associated with youth man. But because that word they don't become so systemic and negative, His Excellency the President decide for Kangiam to bring and come into the governance agenda. So you see, say, he not only make that particular statement, he make some actions towards actualizing that particular statement. First and foremost, he appoints a lot of young people into governance position, adhering to the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Even before he do that, in 2008-2009, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission be recommend say the causes of the war now be as a result of youth marginalization. And we see say where the war done, we be get the DDR program where the then government been do, then recruit young people as drivers, they not give them motor car for drive, then give them carpentry tools, they not give them workshop. So then be just the tools and then thief some them in there all over the place for sale. So then be just now then we begin get problem with the youth. Thank God to His Excellency the President where he came. In 2009, first and foremost, adhering to the recommendation of the TIC, he decided to establish a separate commission where they look at youth issues, where responsibility, and for ensure say then enhance the skills of young people and capacitate and empower young people for let them become self-independent. And this government continue in 2012 after the elections. It creates a separate ministry because what we need here, the issues of young people cut across the board. It affects both APC, SLPP, and the nation as a whole. And the president not hide the statement say Sierra Leone will only move forward where any young people move forward. Because the majority of the country in population is made up of young people. 39.4% of the country in population, according to the 2015 population and housing census, say 39.4% of the country in population is made up of young people. And His Excellency the President, as a visionary leader, they don't say now only way the young people of this country move forward, name the country they move forward. So we see what he do by creating a separate ministry where they call the Ministry of Youth Affairs. We are in that ministry, they in collaboration with the National Youth Commission, they try for boss they come up with different programs them for empower the young people of this country. The minister no lie. You know the things the way they talk fact easy. You see the ease at which way they highlight them. First and foremost, we come the documents where they look at youth issues where the SLP come with in 2002, the National Youth Policy. Government decide for review them again, look at them as a whole, looking at the contemporary issues where they challenge young people. And it's time for even identify the type of young people that we get. We look at urban youth, we look at rural youth, we look at educated youth, we look at uneducated youth, we look at employed youth, underemployed youth, everything we get for do with young person, that the youth policy look at them. So a serious government first and foremost, now for create the institutions, don't carry on haphazard programs where they continue to see the problem out there. So
and we hear from Emerson say most of the institutions when they set up so are just black and white, most of them not visible. Consider the fact that unemployment rate is high and the health of young people is definitely a challenge.
No, yeah, these are the things where we need for come up with a unemployment rate is high. Where was the employment rate before 2007? You can give me the statistics. The unemployment rate among youths then in 2007 was 73%. Now the unemployment rate is 46% according to the 2015 housing and population census. So if they talk about it high, me I don't know. The fact of the matter here is we get young people by category, and like the youths them who they cry for employment now we know majority of these young people now the young people that we been suffer during the war, they were at the age of 9-10 years when the war started. The war lasted for over 11 years. These young people not get access to school, community upbringing, they lost their parents there, they participate during the war where they can't disarm them, they not reintegrate them properly, and at the same time they not give them the appropriate skills. These are the young people that we out there now. We go left there, so no, these are Sierra Leoneans, so how they carry them go. Any responsible government for try for fair way so that we were able to put bread and butter now the table of the young people, and they now make the Ministry of Youth Affairs immediately they establish that ministry. You see the then minister when ambassador to Iran now, Honorable Amamikawa carry that youth in drainage clearing project. We come with a list for look at those young people where all over the country. The minister make mention of that. Where he say over 2,600 of them they benefit from that one day. Go to the National Youth Commission. They created the Obasanjo, Olusegun Obasanjo Skills Acquisition Center. If you look at the amount of turnover, if you follow self-waiting, they were even the UNDP country rep now, they make mention of that, and they support a lot of youth programs. We're over 1,000 of young people. Now the Obasanjo Skills Acquisition Center, they don't do a turnover of young people when they're equipped with various skills. What we they say here is that the talk of employment, people are always looking at the government. Government not to a good employer, not to a good businessman. They all have to create the enabling environment, establish and create the structures where they empower young people. If you don't go get the skills, we all here and have to talk to young people and let them get the self-belief, say, me now this skill I don't go do, I not for be a burden again to society. Me for able to create way now this now they see in Nigeria, now they see in Guinea, the promotion of technical vocational institutions where I feel say this government done it right. Because if you go to Koinadugu now, we get the youth center there where the young people that Koinadugu don't decide for. Go to Kenema, we get the youth center there where they engage. Go to Bo. This all over the place. The government they create the necessary institutions where at the end of the day now then the responsibility now for reach out to the young people out there, encourage them for letting them come and learn skills.
And see how they will get it. I'll come back to you, Ali Conte, the National Secretary General and the APC Youth League. Hassan Falcon, you don't hear from the two political parties. SAP be in power 10 years ago. Now na APC in governance. SAP don't tell you in case how things happen. You understand as a civil society person. The way forward on the TV, as Ali mentioned earlier, and even the same thing by Mutef mentioned, say the way forward now education and training. These are the big thing now, the major two we're going to turn around with. And even if you graduate, you don't get the work. Why you do the course for? Lord discuss on that.
First of all, I'll answer to your point, but I want to touch small. You know, when somebody talk about unemployment, some of we feel bad. We talk about employment. You understand? I don't understand the point where Ali, yeah, I'm not looking from APC point, but Ali as a young person, the look we talk about employment, and I understand also the point where Emerson also look at we talk about employment. There are people then. According to the Youth Commission and the ministry, when you ask them how many young people then, in percentage, were really unemployed, they'll give you they'll give you two figures. They'll tell you that when you come to structural unemployment, you understand, like people them we're willing for work, you understand, where they do something, they will take for say 60% of people employ, young people employ, and they will take for say when you come to technical, you understand, of high skills and other things then. Now just 5% of young people are unemployed. And then you begin to look at the situation at the ground, you understand? And then you look at what Ali talk about, the last census. The last census, the tool they use for employment, now that if anybody, they either earn money, then they consider, you understand? Well, for me, I begin look at for say, what's in employment? For any young person, now where that particular person is able to get a job where he gets a security, he get job security on that, It able to pay tax, you understand? It able to provide a basic amenity for himself and anybody where they under them, where they responsible for. That is employment. But if somebody tell me for say, we the young people then, we for the clean gutter, that's not employment, alright fine, employment, you understand? But what's the benefits? They name them a payroll, what's they give them? A salary they give them on a stipend. Me and you know for say any job where you do they give you stipend, it's not sustainable. It means to say you can stop at any time and you need to go, you need to contribute to the country economy in tax and every other thing. This now what you will see. You understand? I would expect say Emerson will talk about, don't look at agriculture. If you look at agriculture at one point where we government, both the SFPP government and the APC government, they don't spend a lot of money year in, year out when it comes to agriculture. How would they for use agriculture for provide job for young people? No way. How they will use agriculture for feed ourselves as a nation? No way. We still the government inside them budgets and other things them year in, year out for say that they use a lot of foreign exchange for give people them where they carry the rest of Sierra Leone and other commodities them. What have we done? You understand? How we don't able for make sure say we commodities them, agricultural commodities them, we able for pull the imported commodities them and then we don't stand out. How we don't promote this? We don't, you know, when I look at this particular thing, it one of me because when you look at the country budget, every year, huge money they go there. You understand? Now we talk about health. Health, we get opportunity for make a lot of job for young people in the health sector. We still need more nurses then. We still need more doctors then. You understand? And we still get people them when they die for common illnesses then in this country. Both parties, we don't just say APC, they can't for healthcare, yes, but how it succeed? What did SFPP do in terms of health? We see for say year in, year out during the SFPP era from 2002 to 2007, you understand? We always did down at the bottom index. That is why World Bank and other international people they look and say then they count a strategy when the free healthcare where the APC can able for work on. But how do they succeed? Don't look at the flows the way they did. So even the amount of money we spend per head enable to provide job for the young people at all costs.
And this don't be a challenge. So Asan, I'll come back to that. Come to Emerson very quick. Emerson, what do we need for do now? Because we not continue for the play the blame game all time. But things themselves we need to do. There's a time where we all get for play with parts for achieve this agenda. It might be SLPP, it might be APC self continue for come, or you might get a new party. What do we need to do as a country for empower young people?
First of all, I'll just make some clarification about my brother in percentage. The key on employed youth, actually, unemployment figures. UNDP give a percentage of 70% youth underemployed or unemployed. You understand? Currently. So I wonder what side they get a figure from census as he claimed for say, you understand? Now come back to the aspect of what we need for do as a country. By next year, we'll get a government in place, and that will be SNPP. Let's clarify the aspect of the youth. It is not about get a structure. We don't build a structure on Kabbalah. We build a structure on 91. We all know what is around the structure we happen, what is around the incident of Kabbalah having a youth village day. You know, so I wonder. I just come up with another good this year. We talk about when you talk about young people, you get so much of complaints of people, young people. We talk about education. Each of the schools that will come across, village by village, you get schools then where actually not get teachers there, where they on a government payroll. Now community service them people need to render. Are they employed? You get schools them where they villages. You know, it's terrible for like you go around the country. You go see that some of them villages and they will see young man, they render service, not employed by government. That is educational sector alone. Cut across. We go village by village, chiefdom by chiefdom, and at the same complaint you will see young people in the game. They are young people. Not all pie you will meet and the way they help for bring up education on this side. Now young people. Here is the government where they talk about youth village. It just mention of the statement of the president that he will dedicate this particular agenda of prosperity to young people. Every time you see a APC come na media, they will just remind you of the president say he go day in life of young people. Is that actually happening?
Yeah, with a lot of
Is that
disparities.
actually happening? You understand? You talk about the youth village. I tell you, I just come to Kabbalah. The people that go, then they cry about this youth village. To an extent, you will know what happened at Kabbalah. Well, 2 young people then died because of this youth village. And now they tell me, say, a youth village construction, they go on about Kabbalah in 91.
Yeah.
Under which government we therefore know exactly. Don't not just come in the media and begin to talk to people about things that were not realistic, like the policies and the case may be. If you go to Kabbalah, what side the youth village be constructed? Because first of all, the youth village has been our grant issue. You understand? And we all know, say, them actually a statement out there say, then they move the youth village from Kabbalah, we make a little to the issue, we will see the loss of life of 2 people there. Now, youth people there. And now they say that they move up to 91. Who sign a 91 they happen again? No. And now we know, say, now the people that we actually want for we they take champion aspect of the grand challenge them say they don't suggest say let them move back to Waterloo. We not even get this one. Not just go back to the aspect of youth village, we not realistic, but to the aspect of the president where they talk about laying life.
So what do we need for do now for
now,
young people?
what do we need for
in
young
the skills
people?
training?
There is no country empowerment of youth get for do with education. I make mention of the schools that we've been at them villages and the way you not even get teachers the way government accept or other thing. Instead now youth they call it community service the key. You understand? So what we need for do or what the SLP get for do definitely, you understand? Because you talk about what you need for do now, then people get barely 3 months, 4 months in power. Then they all they focus now on our half campaign. So we not get that time now. What do actually we need for to come the next government now for see how we empower? Because this not a secret, we all know. I'm not there for talk about the manifesto of a party, but we all know say the ideology of SLP as the case may be now education. That's the paramount aspect. So we need for embark and empower the young people with education skills. We not get visions. You understand? So when you empower down to the young people, then you find out at the end of the what's happening. The young people then get vision, innovation all day. But when you empower education skills and all that today, you then give the young man a vision and innovation for go implement whatever you impact in. That we need for embark on as a nation. Because that's structurally you go just every day you go here they say we don't graduate, young people they don't graduate with this figure. I just make mention of the employment rate. But if you embark on skills, giving young people actual skills. We all know what it means for being an entrepreneur in this country. We don't see people actually. The people that we get the chances for express their skills in entrepreneurship, we know what in entrepreneurship the key. So as a responsible government come 2018, with the impact on education
and also skill development. Let come back to you, Ali Conte. In name na Emerson Kamara and the Secretary General of the Several People's Party Young Generation Week. This is the situation at hand. According to Emerson, it say UNDP give 70%, and the figure where the National Youth Commission go give, or the Ministry of Affairs go give on unemployment rate, you know they rhyme at all. Asansef mentioned that. You take on that and the way forward.
Yeah, I agree with what you say UNDP the report. The UNDP reports now before 2007, where SLPP been there, when are over 70% of unemployment. The correct document to me again, I reference statistics rally on 2015, when are the authentic arm of government so they get accurate statistics for anything.
But UNDP in a part of
no, I say what they say here is maybe the status report where Emerson they talk about. Now the one where UNDP been pulled before 2007, where over 70% of the young people of this country under SLPP were unemployed. I agree with Anna 2000 before 2007. You are what we get now in 2015, where President Koma talk 2012 say they lay life for the cause of young people and they report this.
So how
they show you the percentage. How
do the reports for sure say people are underemployed?
What I want to say here is I think it's your responsibility again as a journalist. Member, I think we are the 4th term of government. When I investigate on this one, wait me know the statistics here. From statistics here, they show we say 53.4% of young people aged 15 to 35 are employed. 43.6% not in the labor market. Not in the labor market, they tell you say you will get the categories of young people. And my brother here don't talk one thing. When we don't miss here. Then always when you talk about employment, just feel in a office.
you get employment as self-employment where the private sector can come with, you say can go as an entrepreneur. When my brother don elaborate that very well. Now that wetin we dey do here, no sign nothing at the wall, including the great United States of America and England, where we all dey look at. Now that the private sector get a role wey dey play, the entrepreneurship get a role wey dey play. Now make we see the government recently, then try for ratify the local content policy and come with the SME, Small Medium Enterprise Commission. You come with the other institutions where we see young Sierra Leoneans and now they come up with their own businesses. When they talk about road construction, now foreign companies they will be talk about. We get local Sierra Leoneans when our youth they say where they in them particular businesses they also. And you look at the streets there now, you get a lot of young Sierra Leoneans there we engage in businesses when are they own. And now this way they look at. And according to statistics Sierra Leone, they tell you say somebody will employ anybody will engage in economic activities where they bring money and they spend money. Now that person they employ. So they talk when they talk about unemployment, always they go now person wait for go sit down in our office, you apply. And we are in when to me they say here also, with regards to them things here, we get their statistics here. But I just want to talk to we brothers there out there. Omiki always say governments na continuity. Ministry of Labor Day, when you are a graduate, because then they say somebody is always unemployed, when that person qualified, he get the skills, then they find job actively at the going wage rate. They don't go to the Ministry of Labor. But here, somebody go there, they don't graduate, sit on a post, right? And they tell you say I don't get work. Have you gone when you go now the formal economies, the United States and America and some countries, as you graduate you get a particular skill, they go register in the labor ministry. Now then you know the actual statistics of people who are unemployed. They go tell you say yes, well, the one don't graduate, but you even ask some people if Sabi Ministry of Labor, they go tell you say no Sabi.
But,
But
so the allegation always be say if you not be part of the current government in Salon, it hardly for you.
My brother, let's stop this one. I won't want to even call names. Me, I resign ahead, sir, because I want to serve APC. We have people, if you want me to call them, I will call. Where then they in a prominent position, are core card carrying members of SLPP. They are executive members spending money in SLPP. Let's stop this one. I don't even want to phantom that particular argument. The fact is, are they not Sierra Leoneans? Am I not a Sierra Leonean? I don't get right for get job. I don't get right for participate. I don't get right for identify myself with a political party. They lost their only day now that when you are a civil servant, showing political colors, not to, the civil service code of conduct, they are against them. But we the civil servant there, we know ourselves. Sierra Leone is a very small country. What you want to say here is, let we left that argument, let that point person based on the political party color. You are a Sierra Leone and the constitution make it clear for you for let belong to a political party.
Let's come back to Hassan Fuad Kanu. Left Ali Conte for. He named Ali Conte and the Secretary General of the APC Youth League. Hassan, the situation is at hand. The argument will carry on for the gun, education and skills training. They mentioned earlier on the TVET, right? How best we for do as a country for make sure say we empower the TVET? Because all they will go get good skills.
First, I will be surprised. I know here the two people they're able to elaborate on this agenda. Because tell you what, this agenda, whether an APC or an SLPP, Sierra Leone as a sovereign state, yeah, we sign up. We say we go want for do this thing. And some of the things what agenda push out is one, economic growth. When they look at economic growth, is how economic growth benefits young people then, how young people then participate inside by economic growth, and waiting at the level playing ground for the young people to get opportunities then among the Sierra population. You understand? So this one of it say where we go, we sign to as a nation, and then even when we listen the minister's statement, and not nothing, you understand, about achieving this particular thing we don't sign to. You understand? We don't I think we don't ratify the parliament. You understand? But not
the third country in Africa for ratify the Africa Youth Charter.
No, it's not the charter. This now 2015 January, when they passed this particular resolution 2063. You understand? Usai Sierra Leone, as a member of the AU, we agree for say this will be the new vision, and this particular thing they move up with a framework, with a different framework. Then, another thing we're interested about this particular document. Now, we talk about health, young people health. we very important. When we talk about health, we also look at drugs. You understand? How this they affect we. When a country like Sierra Leone, I want to forget about APC, SFPP, you understand? Now look at Sierra Leone, and now look at we health system. We see all of this country, people that they die of liver and kidney. Nobody never forget to say the reason we make over the last 5 or 10 years, we get so many young people who die of liver and kidney problem now because of A, B, C, and D. We get people who produce alcohol, we no refine better,
The excess of the tramadol
and other things.
Okay.
How they pass inside waters? Because if we get a Ministry of Health, we get porous borders, then people that they carry all kind of medicine, fake medicine. This they affect young people. Then. You understand? And another thing again we'll talk about is social challenge. We look at so many young people, then they go crazy, then they get themselves frustrated because they get basic social amenities then what they're not able to meet. You understand? We still let's see for say we as a country we're not able for live up to our expectation. Let's pull up our government. Let's talk about the young people. Let's talk about this particular day, not to be for SFPP or for APC. You understand? This particular day now being for young people then now Africa and Sierra Leone now a member of the AU. You understand? So we will look at all the things there. So we talk about unemployment and the other things then. Good, yes, but also this particular thing we don't go sign to. We make this particular day come up. Who's our day?
And the minister like to say Salon don't go fight. I'll come back to you as and for can. I must say, this situation at hand. We get so many documents that we don't sign to, and if you read from the minister inside the full speech, will tell you say Salon don't try for achieving. And Salon one of the best countries them inside the entire AU so far. In terms of the Agenda 2063, as and they highlight on the area of health, the area of entrepreneurship, education, skills, as the minister mentioned inside the press conference. Will they wrap up now? What more would you expect?
Just put throw light on the aspect of the agenda we maybe already talk about the economic growth. We get 3 aspects of them actually. We get the social change, we get the sustainable development. Now are the 3 key items we this agenda they talk about. You just say the minister not even mention them. You understand? Voting at the target of this one day, then we actually recognize that the future of this continent, the African continent, actually lies with the skills of the young people them, the knowledge and the talent of the young people them. You understand, as the case may be. So if you ask me earlier on, what's the way forward, I tell you about how best we can, because the non-clearly state and by 2063, for make the continent, the African continent actually, a move one go before actually lies with the young people. Yeah. You understand? So on that note, they highlight 3 things where my brother may talk about the economic growth and the social change and the sustainable development. We actually then 3 targets. So if we dey talk about young people and how we go achieve down there, I just make mention of we participate. That's now our ideology. The ideology about education, the ideology about skills, talent. You understand? We not get that one the currently as the case may be. Or my brother will deny the fact. So I give figure about 70%. They say not the time. We talk about today. They are talking about today. I know they are talking about 2007. You understand? And I will tell you back say 800,000 young people that search for a job. That is UNDP. 800 people. When they say 800 people, not about what's in a job. Not about people. Not when they talk about job. Not little this thing about job. Somebody will go put something a plate, biscuit diamond, you go sell, buy and sell, it's about job. You understand? So this we talk about job. We talk about empowering youth. Now empowerment now they forget youth plate for go sell diamonds in the streets. No, we talk about this. You talk about drainage cleaning. At the last work I make mention about 5 billion euros allocated this tourist operation clean Freetown or so. 5 billion euros.
As you tell me the complaints and
you understand? No, that's 5 billion. I'll tell you the last work and I'll tell you say who said the 5 billion years ago. Now they pocket.
Okay.
The youth sending a street here, then they push wheelbarrow, then they clear out it. Now employment now then they see the 5 billion yourself, they know about 5 billion yourself. You understand?
Emma, so we'll come back to you in less than 30 seconds. I'll come to the wrap up now in less than 1 minute. We'll see will be your final message.
Yes, first and foremost, I want to tell my brother say the APC party, we are united for victory and continuity. Because when they talk about employment, even the person where they fight for propagate for get employment, don't they over 23 years you know get job. He manage your own business as an entrepreneur, he fail. All the consultants, he fail in them all. So once we want to say now, as a responsible government, we don't revise the national youth policy, or don't establish the national youth service scheme, or don't establish a national youth empowerment fund. We don't review the National Youth Commission Act 2009, or don't establish district youth farms, them youth in fisheries project, the national youth village, youth in drainage clearing project, and also the youth service scheme for graduates or the common
So
college.
it's all this all these parts of the agenda 2063.
Yes, of course. When you talk about economic change, you understand, and sustainable development, where they inside the 17 pillars of the sustainable development goals, this go tell you say we are on the right track because the documents or the CAFOS will get the Millennium Development Goals. We cancel the sustainable development goals. We get the agenda 2063, and the government of Sierra Leone also get the agenda 2035. We are in the president, His Excellency Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. We make it clear say within 2035, Sierra Leone for definitely.
We have the chance to APC go carry on for the party and assembly.
The fact of the matter is we get a track record. And we get a report card for present to the people of this country, and we get a candidate where I think anything you say is so clean. You know, not about the fabrications when they carry it. I think the people they out there for judge. As I say, we get a candidate where we brought that they put for sale, don't they? Unemployed for 23 years, enable manage in job. You know, as an entrepreneur, he fail hopefully. The only qualification we in get now that even within the convention, the current then chairman and leader, then go 3 foot and they even they make palace school day, the city demand for go sit down, you not be even they now the man go sit down. These are the things we know about the leader. While we only so clear.
Get chance for the
of course, we are united for victory. I can't be just the common so
okay.
You know everything about the AP. So I show it. We have its track record and we have a report.
Ali one for separate thank you and we wish you the very best. In name of the concert and the Secretary General the APC National Youth League. Assam Farkan, you left with less than 30 seconds. You find a message and you advise as a salon don't celebrate and what you want for see inside Agenda 2063 and the SDG winner 2030.
Well, one of the things them also I'm not going to talk too much about is the participation of young people in governance, we the 2063 also talk about. And I believe for say this at the time where we talk about participatory governance, wherein in other African countries and there's this campaign we talk about not too young to run.
Yeah.
You understand? Which means to say as long as you're a young person, you don't get the education
So
qualification
18, you
and you can read and write and you get some common sense, you can even for go into politics and go try for circle run. And I believe for say this is a time for both APC, SFP, every other party. Bring more young people in symbol and see how they can involve them in what we call political participation. You understand? And also I want to tell young people and for say this is the time wherein we will never be too much partisans, for be time to look at policies them and things them, no way for assess properly whose side genuine, you understand? And whose side get particular hope for we as young people them. If not only we'll make the same mistake, we'll continue to make the same mistake again and again and again, and then we go to them again back after 1 or 2 years, we begin going back. Where I believe for change by we say.
Okay, one was a thank you, Hassan Farkan, Executive Director for Youth Advocacy Network, Yakan. Emerson Kamara, in less than 1 minute, you'll find a court here as we go.
Yes, thank you very much. We talk about young people like just surprised we are leading out to Flabia. But now talk about young people. When they come to election, the track record of APC for young people, yes. Under this administration, we don't see why they don't kill young people in Akabala. They don't kill young people in a Freetown and Gas Street because they try to express their human rights. They don't kill young people in Bunguna. You understand? So they don't kill young people in Abo. Just students, they come out there for express about their frustration about the educational system where they don't mess up. You understand? So this is not the track record of APC who will make young people vote for them. No. They don't make life miserable for young people then at the street. You see Okada riders. You see how Okada riders jubilate for Flabia or gets. We talk about how this economy don't be wrecked under austerity and who that are the contributing factor. Yes, now you're the president, but who that have been minister and bar governor? Now the candidate we talk about winning elections is not the candidate. The candidate will sign a deal of 99 years to African minerals under in watchful eye. Now the candidate will don't see we don't get so much of waste wasteful expenditure of this country in resources will lead to austerity? Is that the candidate we clean? Is that the candidate we get an issue of not producing in doctorate degree?
No, that was stop now and then.
Is that the candidate? Let come out and produce them.
Okay.
Because if you ask me now, say for any a job interview, I'll give you. Me will bring them. Not for let you tell me say million certificate and me begin go hold up from the outside. This is the man who they invite in the parliament. Say bring your doctorate degree and he say me picking get them. This is the man where he has back. He get an issue of rape case 98.1. You see the woman go in front. You understand? Is that the clean candidate? But when you talk about weak candidates, retired brigadier Jesus Madabi,
who has been employed for 20 years.
This man gets a track record.
Okay.
As a youthful person, a sign in life.
Well,
And serve this nation.
Emerson, I believe we're going to another time.
You don't serve in ministry.
Emerson,
I don't serve as vice president.
I want for Olivier.
They don't stand as head of state.
I want for
So this
Olivier
is
Emerson.
record.
We spend the time.
When they compare to
A
the man
professional
of
will
that,
make coup.
you
Even
understand?
within the SLP
What the record
recently,
is,
the
man? What does
convention
it
have
play?
go make. The Sito
I mean,
Supano Capen for Sinona,
Emerson,
I go
I want follow
You but
Mr.
go Supano not be the same na the convention.
I want for Olivier. We'll find the we'll find it there.
You go interrupt me.
We'll find it. Don't go kind of can discuss and what and the guitar to get Julius Madabi. I almost say play thank you to you. And then now Emerson, come on, that's all time when you get APS in the studio. You ever do then kind of a discussion. Many thank you to Hassan Fuad-Kanu. So Ali Conte coming at the APC National Youth League and also to Emerson Kama. I beg the viewers will understand this after the studio time they can all and greet themselves, but everybody get for sale in party, in ideology. So I would say very thank you to all and many thanks to the guests of the production. To the producer Amadou Larunganaba, thank you to you and to the guys under the control, to Gaia, to Abdullah, to Ezekiel and the rest of the team. Thank you to now. And if you talk for today, we don't tell you say you don't go blow your nose at the same time you want for whistle. Me now be one presenter, Mohamed Basu Tata, and carry on for Watch That TV on Channel 21.
Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges and provide recommendations. Join Mohamed Basiru Sanusi. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.